welcome to another edition of The Legacy, right here on the Washington Football Team Broadcast Network. And my guest today is my old roommate, the first man out of the University of Hawaii to play in a Super Bowl, Jeris White, hard-hitting number 45. Roomie, how you doing?
I'm cruising, as they say in Hawaii. I'm just cruising, bro. Cruising.
Yeah, I understand that. Jeris, when we met in 1981, you were one of the few players that actually had background on Joe Gibbs. As we relate this to Ron Rivera's first year with a new operation, tell us what that invaluable information you had, because it made a lot of us feel comfortable.
So, when I was I had played in Tampa Bay before I came to Washington. And my second year in Tampa Bay, Joe Gibbs became the offensive coordinator. And he was the reason that Doug Williams was drafted first pick in the draft. He was the one that made the pick. And, but I just watched him, from afar. You're always watching the other side. And he just had that quality about him. And I used to always tell the guys on the team that he was going to be a head coach one day. And then he only stayed there 1 year. Then he went out to San Diego, with Coriel, with the Chargers. But, I knew that he was going to be a head coach. And so when he came to Washington, my second year, I think was your first year there, I was like, I was pleasantly surprised, but happy, because he was just, he was just a great guy. Joe was a good guy, which is hard to find sometimes in the NFL.
Washington's head coach is now Joe Gibbs. Formerly offensive coordinator of the San Diego Chargers, Gibbs will now be shaping the Redskins into the team of the 80s.
It's an interesting team because we have a certain group of older players. I think we have some proven leaders there and some great players. I think we have some exciting young players. I think there's a lot of potential offensively, and I'm looking forward to getting a chance to work with those players.
A very unique secondary here in the Richie Pettibone, who I think does not get the credit that Richie deserves as being a baller. And what he had you guys doing. Now, me as a puppy, being able to ride back to our apartment with Joe Lavender, the two corners, and hearing you guys talk about corner play, it's still to this day, corner, the most valuable player on defense was with New England. Corners, how hard is it to be out there on that island dealing with some of these freaks that play wide receiver?
Well, it's really hard because I think after my second year in the league, they changed the rules. And
that's right.
When my first year in the league, first couple years in the league, you could jam them off the ball, and you could jam them all the way downfield.
Strangle, not jam. It was strangle. Mel Blount did some things to me. I'll never forgive him for.
I can't believe this.
Yes.
You jam people. Come on, we don't strangle people.
You guys cheat. And you lie.
Spoken like a true receiver.
No, you guys, seriously, it was unfair. The things that a poor little rookie had to experience dealing with the Pittsburgh Steelers when they had Mel Blount, Donnie Shell, Wagner, all those guys. It was inhumane.
Okay, I'm going to get the Kleenex out. I'm getting ready to get the Kleenex out for you.
And for those of you young listeners out here, I'll have you know what you guys did to the Dolphin receivers in Super Bowl XVII in Pasadena in the second half was criminal, and you owe them an apology.
Oh, no, I played with all those guys. Remember when I was in Miami? I didn't owe them nothing.
Shut them down. I don't know if that's ever been done.
No, you're right. Well, but it goes back to the way you open this up. It's Richie. Yeah. It was Richie Pettibone. He was our defensive coordinator, and he was our defensive back coach, and he had played in the league a lot of years. But he was a genius at defensive play. And when it came to he told us, he came into the meeting room, how, we would go, we were in Pasadena, and he came into the meeting room and he told us, he says, we're going to shut them down. That was the first meeting we had getting ready for the game. He said, we're going to shut them down. He said, this is how. And he just showed us. And we just, we took the game plan in, and he was right. We shut them down.
The best team has a great sense of family. The best family has a great culture. And within that culture, there is great character. When you have all those elements come together, you've got a team.
COVID changed everything. More demands on students, parents, educators. But there was a $4 billion education shortfall in Maryland even before COVID. We have a lot to do for our kids. Close the digital divide, provide opportunities to pursue vocational and technical education, and hire more qualified teachers. Question 2 will put millions into Maryland schools using revenue from sports betting. I know it won't solve every problem, but a yes vote will help our Maryland schools.
This fall, if you're looking for an adventure, find it in the new Honda, like the turbocharged Accord, the turbocharged all-wheel drive CR-V, and the all-wheel drive HR-V, with great features like second-row magic seats. It's time to explore and say hello to the open road. Don't miss your chance to get a great deal on your favorite Honda model. When it comes to the best value, Honda leaves the others in the dust. See your local Honda dealer and start your adventure today.
You did some things, Jeris, that were really not nice to people. I got to say, as your teammate, I love you as a brother. But when we played the Cowboys, you just had some edge about you that you did some things that flat out, it was borderline disgusting.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that compliment.
Maybe the one thing that you did, and you know what I think about whenever I see the Green Bay Packers, now our guy, Mark it's just amazing. The Lobster is the president of the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
Mark
Murphy. He's still there?
Is he still there? Man, Murphy's on a roll. And I really think that's awesome. Tony Peters, we had so many guys. I mean, I got a chance to play with, arguably, maybe the best strong safety ever in Kenny Houston.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Tony Peters was no slouch.
TP was a monster.
TP
tore my ankle up in Cleveland. We was in Cleveland. I was in Cincinnati, and we played him. And we had some. The secondary to me has always been, because you guys have to live on that edge. But you had some hits. Is there one hit that stands out as your favorite hit?
Oh, it was in Detroit. Wasn't it that Detroit game?
Oh, you nailed. You hit one of them.
The playoff game.
Yeah, that wasn't fair.
The tight end. Actually, he was like he was bigger than you.
Yeah,
I knocked him out.
Yeah, you knocked him out, and that was not nice.
I knocked him out.
And then you took them interceptions. You did some things.
Yeah.
There's something about you in the playoffs. Why did that bring the best out in you? You enjoyed playing in playoffs.
It was money time, dude. Come on.
Yeah, but then the next year you hold out, and you left us all by ourselves. And then we blame you for the loss of Super Bowl XVIII.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
Absolutely.
That's what, other people say that. But that's not my fault.
Yeah, we blame you for that. And I'd like a little bit of that money back if you don't mind. Yeah. But do you ever think back that we would have had you, Darryl Green, I mean, Vernon Dean, our nickel packet. Woo, I don't know who anybody could have dealt with us.
DP would have been there. Mark Murphy.
Yeah, Murph. I mean, we had some soldiers, man. On that team.
Now that I think about it, you brought it up, but now that I think about it, with Richie being the head, being the defensive back coach, that would have been that'd have been wrong.
That's my point. Yeah,
that'd have been wrong because the schemes, we get in those two young guys like Darryl and VD.
And Vernon, ooh,
that would have been just wrong.
The best team has a great sense of family. The best family has a great culture. And within that culture, there is great character. When you have all those elements come together, you've got a team.
COVID changed everything. More demands on students, parents, educators. But there was a $4 billion education shortfall in Maryland even before COVID. We have a lot to do for our kids. Close the digital divide, provide opportunities to pursue vocational and technical education, and hire more qualified teachers. Question 2 will put millions into Maryland schools using revenue from sports betting. I know it won't solve every problem, but a yes vote will help our Maryland schools.
It's 2020. Let's make a splash. Play the DC Lottery's Roaring Cash.
I can't imagine what it would have been like had we not been able to be in Carlisle. Even though you did one of the craziest things in Carlisle training camp history, when you locked up those poor rookies and you flooded their floor. Once Joe Gibbs was not happy with you over that either. But it was another one of those acts that showed how we made the best of training camp, how we actually got along. We had a real camaraderie with our team. Even though you did that to those rookies, I'll never forget it.
So, I just want to convey this message to your cohorts that are sitting there with you, that's why he's called General von Bussard, 5th Regiment Africa Corps, because he led the attack that night. Okay? So
I don't remember.
Just
I've
remember
had
that whenever
concussions.
he brings this up, because every time we talk, he brings this up.
Well, I have multiple concussions. I don't remember everything, but I just remember you and that speech you gave that got us all fired up. And what happens is the vets are on the 4th floor, the rooks are on the 5th.
You gave the speech. What are you talking about?
And the rooks are on the 5th. And when Jeris came up with this great idea of pennying the door, so he pennied the door, put a penny, tap it in by the door at a dorm room, they can't get out. Then he took the fire hydrant,
Extinguisher. The fire extinguisher.
And you sprayed it under their doors. And it was really innovative in how you went about that attack.
Well,
Coach Gibbs was not happy.
But the best part about it was then after we took the fire the fire extinguishers and we sprayed their room, then actually it was their whole floor. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was the whole floor. Yeah. Okay.
Then we took water balloons and threw them all over the place.
Exactly.
That was a messy situation. The fire extinguisher.
It was. Yeah, it cost some money. Joe Gibbs was not happy, but it got us out of a day of practice. Remember? He let us out early, not giving us the opportunity to go back to the dorms and trash them, told us to go home.
Yeah, we actually, I think what it cost like, $30,000?
Yeah, $30,000 or $40,000. Yeah. I mean, it was, but again, one of those things that allowed us to get through that 0-5 start. It allowed us to kind of grow. I thought we had a really great team in terms of you played for 3 guys, I played for 2 different teams. I saw locker rooms that were divided. That was not us. Our deal, everybody was everywhere. I think Joe, but the execution of how we worked, 40 plays offense script, 40 play defense script, full pads, 3 hours every day.
But that was
the practice, his work ethic, he never sold us short, and he slept at the facility half the week.
I know. I couldn't believe that, dude. When I heard that, I was like, he's sleeping here at the, But I think another thing is that, he made an innovation in the league. And I started thinking about it again this morning. Your position, HVAC.
Yeah.
I mean, that changed the NFL.
Yeah.
Everybody does HVAC now, but no one even thought about that.
Well, he did it in San Diego with Kellen. He did it in the air game. We kind of translated it more in the run game to where it became a weapon. And then when you combined the two, it became very difficult. But let's not forget, when you got Charlie Brown and James Arthur Monk, Donnie Warren, Clint
Rick
Didier.
Walker.
No, we were loaded. And you know what?
Don Riggins.
Oh, Joe Washington. We had Jackson. First year we had Wilbur Jackson.
Oh, Wilbur Jackson.
Don't forget that. Perry Brooks.
We were fortunate to have the people that we played with in terms of the coaching and the players.
J-Dub, old number 45. Thank you so much for sharing time with us. Spread the word. Check it out. The Legacy. We're here to stay because of guys like you. God bless you.
Take care, my friend.
You got it. That'll do it, folks. We'll see you next week right here on The Legacy.